wish I found some better sounds no one's ever heard. I wish I had a better voice that sang some better words. I wish I found some chords in an order that is new. I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sang. I was told when I get older all my fears would shrink, but now I'm insecure and I care what people think.
My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. We're stressed out. Sometimes a certain smell will take me back to when I was young. How come I'm never able to identify where it's coming from? I'd make a candle out of it if I ever found it. Try to sell it, never sell out of it. I'd probably only sell one. Maybe to my brother, cause we have the same nose, same clothes, homegrown, a stone's throw from a creek we used to roam. But it would remind us of when nothing really mattered. Out of student loans and treehouse homes, we all would take the ladder. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we'd fly it far away. Used to dream of outer space, but now they're laughing at the face, saying wake up, you need to make money. Yeah. We used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we fly it far away. Used to dream of outer space, but now they're laughing at the face, saying wake up, you need to make money. Yeah. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out.
We used to play pretend, bunny. We used to play pretend, wake up, you need the money. Used to play pretend, bunny. We used to play pretend, wake up, you need the money. Used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we fly far away. Used to dream of outer space, but now they're laughing at the face, saying wake up, you need to make money. Yeah.
Quiver update. We got some updated gear, some new boards. We've had a pretty active winter as far as board breaking going on. We were trying some step-ups that were glass lighter just to keep the board poly without going epoxy but get lightness out of it, but that causes them to be weaker, so they were breaking more often. Great boards, but in the new Quiver we have upgrade on paint jobs, we have upgrades on volume, we have upgrades on models, and then we'll go over the fins and leash systems I use. This is the common pipe setup here. So we got a new 6.4, a new 6.6, a new 6.8. So through the whole shootout, and I think right after the Pipe Masters, I broke all my 6.6s. During the shootout, I only had 6.4s and 6.8s. My 6.8, the leash pulled through the tail, got that repaired mid-shootout, borrowed a 6.6 and a 6.8 from John while that was getting repaired, and broke both of those. One, I ripped the tail off. The other, I just completely buckled. And so, a lot of casualties, got those fixed, giving those back to John. Faisal rushed some of my step-ups coming up, so the one change would be in the 6.4, change in model to a tank, something we developed pretty much a long time ago. I wanted the next step, which is what these are, but with more volume. And so this got a big volume upgrade. Not as much as I used to go. I used to go all the way up to 33 liters on it. We're at 32.7, and the rails are a lot sharper than they used to be. Used to go up to 33 liters, and you'd kind of feel it in the rail, get a little too rounded. So now these newer versions have as sharp of a rail as the normal next step, but all the volume's hitting right here in the center of the board under the chest, just for that paddle power. 6.4 because 6.4 is like probably feels the best out at pipe in the barrel and stuff, but you start to lose paddle power when it's at the like 6 to 8 to 10 foot size. So we thickened up the 6.4 to get it that extra paddle power on those days. And then for just mega pipe, like a day like today, second reef sets coming in all the time. We have our 6.6s and our 6.8s. 6.8, probably what I'd ride today if we go surf. Same template. These are not as lightly glassed as those previous version. It is a next step model. And we got 19.25 width and 6.8 next step. Fins, ride these fins in everything from a 6.2. Well, if I'm at a slab on a 6.0, I'll ride these fins, but most of the time anything from 6.2 to a 9.8. Thruster setup, my signature FCS fin. Just meant to hold. It's a really stiff fin, meant to give you hold and drive in really high pressure critical situations. So high pressure drops, you just want that reliability, and you want it to give you drive. Two main things for the barrel, and that's what these fins are based for. And then the leash, FCS Helix leash. FCS has a range of leashes in this size, the 6 foot to 7 foot, which is what I'm usually using in pipe, chokes, all the slab scenarios. The Helix I find is thinner, but as strong as the thicker. I'm not sure the model. There's a thicker one at 7 foot that's black, and I find this is less drag. I like that one too, but this is less drag and because it's thinner but equally as strong. So if we can get leashes thinner but stronger, then you have less drag with an equally strong leash. It's epic. People forget, they think it's just for keeping your board to you, but it's also the lifeline to you in flotation, right? Your board, and it's tombstoning, signaling people you're down below. So a strong leash is critical for a bunch of different reasons, not just avoiding a swim in, but also letting people know where you are if you're knocked unconscious, if you don't have flotation on. If you look at those fins not in a board, the classic lightning bolts. And so, previous 6.4, you can see a lot of pressure ding damage because of that light glass job. This is a survivor of the last few weeks. I guess if you're interested in the pads, I'm on these FCS pads, just the pintail pads. It's a pretty stiff grip. Use these for all my pipe boards. But yeah, thinly glassed, this is a survivor. Show them the stats. 31.5. 19, 263, 64. So now check this out at 64. 32.7. So what would that be? Over a liter more volume, but with the same sharpness of rail. Pretty epic, because I was able to hide it in there. I actually ordered a tank 6.6 and a tank next step for those days when, like, big period days when it's moving fast and you're like, I want a little extra volume. You would use a tank over a next step, or just when you want paddle power, more paddle power. That is the Quiver upgrade. Normal getup, you guys already know. Use my perforated aero shield suit, and when I feel it's not necessary, just in the normal Cordura and a rash guard. Sometimes I'll wear these. These are 2-in-1 board shorts, so they got some lining in there for protection. These are pretty epic. But my favorite go-to is the navy blue hooded rash guard. I love that color, or just the black one. And these trunks. Our most durable pair of board shorts. The goal with the Cordura material, using that in board shorts, and the construction of these is just something that's just going to last hundreds of sessions. It's going to be with you through those sessions. You surf in them enough, they become a friend. 1 out of the 100 or 200 sessions, you are going to maybe get a really good wave or the session of your life, and these will be a friend to you during that, something you can get connected to, but also just lasting hours and hours, thousands of hours in the water. We'll see what we rack up this winter, but hopefully we get to 1,000 hours of surf in the one winter season. You can see I actually like it. They get that wax. The wax from your board starts to like mold into them through the more and more use you put to them. And they just become part of your kit, the same way you get connected to a really good board. I get connected to other gear, same with the leash, the fins, everything. You start to feel like you have that lucky gear. I'm not superstitious, but that's the way it goes. Once had a pair of booties last me 3 years through 3 winter seasons, a pair of Vans booties, and I couldn't wear any other pair. I literally wore those until they fell off, and it took them 3 years, and that was through Scotland and Ireland and running across rocks, the cave and hitting the bottom, and a lot of stuff. So gear that lasts long, counterintuitive to a business model as buy, but gear, ideally we can make you guys gear that you can just buy one of and have for a very long time without having to replace it. Now we go surfing.